his eye says to me, the Megabrone G. Welcome back. Live again. Let you know that the only wickedness is man, the only terror is plan. Excuse me. The reason why I say that will become clear. I was watching the interwebs today and saw a story from a fellow interwebber about an SNL writer that got fired for tweeting a joke about President Trump's son, Barron. The little blonde guy. He's my favorite Trump, by the way. He seems to get it. At any rate, the tweet that she sent out said that Barron was going to be the first homeschool shooter. I thought it was a little fun. I got a chuckle. I'm an asshole, granted, and I am a purveyor of stand-up comedy, which anyone who's even remotely a fan of stand-up comedy nowadays is desensitized to the point where unless these things happen directly to you, the humor doesn't escape you. And put this out after hearing that the person who was telling this story in this case sided with Lorne Michaels, the producer of Saturday Night Live, for firing this woman for basically doing what people are calling an attack on his child. And it dawned on me that he supported that. That kind of upset me, because he didn't think that one of the longest running comedy shows on planet Earth was funny. Fine. It was also at that moment that I remembered a stand-up George Carlin did, where he was talking about the children and how America was the pussification of America. In that case, when he called it the pussification of America, he was talking about the American male. In this case, I'm talking about his subsequent views of children, and that there's too much emphasis on the children and children this and the children that, and I believe the man said, fuck the children. Now, I can't place that on a time scale, but I'm willing to put some ends on it being roughly around 10 to 15 years ago. And my mediocre math skills came into play, and I realized that man was right. Look at what it is that happened because of the coddling and the idea that everybody gets a damn trophy, everybody gets a prize. These kids that George Carlin were talking about are in college now, stopping white people from they're breaking up college campuses to make safe spaces. They've turned real feminism into whiny baby time. And you see it. Now it's somebody to challenge that. Because I honestly just came on live because I know that stand-up has to be at least 10 years old. Which means if the little brats he were talking about is 8 years old, at the time, between, 8 and whatever, it's apparent. Giving up the driver's seat. It's apparent what happens when you don't listen to Uncle George. You don't listen to the hippy-dippy weatherman. I saw online they were turning into Wall-E. I say we're turning into Idiocracy mixed with Wall-E. And I can't not laugh at the shit. It's so frustrating that there's barely anything to say about it. But I'm going to say something about it because I am definitely going to say something about it because there is no way in hell that I'm going to allow, comedians to get fired from, successful shit. And people support the shit because she made a joke about a child. Fuck the children. What the hell? Especially the president's child. What are you talking about? This is what happens when you let people have safe spaces and shit like that. Then you can't talk about... He actually said that nobody ever said anything about Obama's kids. They said stuff about it. They barely said stuff about Obama, and they said stuff about his wife. And I'm like, that's bullshit. I remember a couple of different people getting flogged publicly because they decided to say something disparaging about, uh, I think in one instance it was Malia. Well, actually, two instances it was Malia, because in one it looked like she was smoking a joint, and then in the other one she was like twerking or some goofy shit. I mean, so what? Personally, I thought the shit was fun. I mean, we've all been children. Imagine the conversation went something like, we know you're gonna, if they're good parents, they said something like, we know you're gonna do what you're gonna do, but you have to understand, young lady, that if when you do what you want to do, not everybody is going to react the same way. Would you get in the van yet? Some people's children. Look at the door comes up of that thing. We didn't even hit nothing. Maryland. I remember, at least those two instances, and I believe there was another one where, I mean, we're talking about a stand-up comedian here. Why do you fucking idiots keep hopping out? They could have just laid out all over the fucking place. Do you want to get in so you can go and chase these? Look at this. What the hell? Are they twin? I'm gonna leave you. That's what was on my mind. Oh yeah. And then here's something else I'll add to the mix. Just to something different. It might even make me sound like a bit of a hypocrite, yeah? Because I just agreed with Uncle George when he said fuck the children. But it's on a very it's so nuanced. There's a gray area there. And everybody knows that there's a gray area there. There's a public figure. Donald Trump in the White House is the comedian's dream. And it must be understood that for those of us who get the joke, I hope this woman goes on tour, expands on that joke, and becomes wildly famous. Personally, I don't. It was something about school. What's funny about school shootings? It's like nothing. Nothing. That's not the joke. School. How do you explain? And my thing is that I actually have uh, Asperger's and have trouble understanding jokes and things like that sometimes. It's usually on a more personal level. As people understand Asperger's. But I mean, therein lies the irony that you know, in a position not to even understand and therefore be more likely to go with, you know, the narrative that it's a bad idea to talk about people's kids because they can't defend themselves or some such stupid nonsense. And it's like, I'm sorry, but if I was a public figure who said and did clownish things in some people's eyes, those people should and do have the right to say whatever it is that they want to, because I put myself out there and I put my family out there. And so I don't I don't get it. You're gonna have to help me understand why people have to lose their jobs. I understand the part where the public would be like, yeah, dirty pool, whatever, whatever. Okay? Wherever the last school shooting happened, those people were probably pissed. There's a media outlet. You're likely to take the, path of least resistance. And that means that you have to, be prepared to end up looking silly. In some cases, because you have to go with what the popular notion seems to be, and the popular notion might not be the right one, which leads me to my next thing that I just previously started talking about, which was a comment that I left on this video. It was, what was it? It was Kendrick Lamar and something else. It was about 3 kids that were killed. Freddie Villanueva, Freddie Gray, what's his name? Trayvon Martin. I'm not sure if I got all his names right. Freddie Gray, Trayvon Martin, and I think it was Freddie Villanueva. I think his name was Freddie. Well, I'm not sure. At any rate, the comment that I left was, what God? Because the song was Heaven Help There, Heaven Help There. Like, okay, no. Because that's all I left. It just, the comment said, what God? Somebody responded, the God that we hope for. And again, that's just what we're talking about, the popular narrative not necessarily being the right one. You have to think about if more people thought it was funny before some people thought it was bad, that you likely wouldn't have heard anything. I personally think that Lauren Michaels is a pussy for firing her, and I think he should have had her back because it was her own Twitter page. She's a stand-up comedian, and the joke that she made has nothing to do with her work on SNL. He caved under the pressure because, you know, his great grandkids' money started jingling in his pocket. And he was like, okay, well, somebody, you know, people that can give me money don't like this. And so she's hopefully going to hit the road. Yeah? Get booked at all the places that will fucking crack up when she makes this joke. See, because I guarantee if she had done it on stage at a paid show, for a paid show, nobody would have ever even heard about it. It just floors me. So I posted what God, and the God we hope for. My response was, I don't hope for a God. Like, why would you want somebody to be in control over you? The way that I've heard God defined so far is like the scariest shit. It's spiteful, vindictive, some tiny asshole. It's like, why? I'm not sure. I'm not, I'm not the type to venture guesses about things that I don't know, so I just have to wonder. I mean, Hitchett says it's a supreme sadomasochism, and that makes sense too. I'm just. Why am I even playing it? Yeah, I'm not. Whatever. Making a sandwich or something. My thing is this, and I'm sure that there's a theist answer for this that I just, like the person who would answer with the fucking common answer, you just looked up. The very idea. Seem to want an authority over them. Seem to want to not be, they don't want people to be responsible for their own actions. And it's just, it's a pitiful thing.
Come on, man. Let's go.
To want to be free and clear of all of your own misdeeds.
Tell the lanky motherfucker he fucked up.
I can't imagine what that must feel like.
I'm gonna bounce a low ride on his thickhead. Tell Lamar the next low rider
To have it in your head.
Trunk line with trash bags waiting for him. Tell Lamar I'm gonna kill his ass. I'm gonna clean his ass. I'm gonna install hydraulics in his ass. And I'm gonna take him down the boulevard.
People aren't responsible for any wrongdoing.
I beat him good.
It's the devil. It's sin. It's evil. It's separate.
Then he lost his mind. I didn't know you could get that angry without having brain. He mad like insane. He flipped and he's gonna stay flipped until LD does something incredible. That dude better be apologetic as fuck. Lamar Davis.
That's a dumbass notion.
When you fools is your only hope, you know your life is fucked.
This guy's gonna fuck this up for me. Standing there making a sandwich. This is over, isn't it? Or doesn't it? I hope it doesn't. Because he sure seems on his back again. Ways to go. He fucked it up. At any rate, this has been me dying in 3D. The Mega Roman G. Peace.